it looks more American than ever. Hello everyone, over here is the Ford Focus everyone, the latest Ford Focus. Now this is the facelift version and I had a chance to see the estate version and it was interesting guys. Now the biggest difference between the pre-facelift and the facelift is the front. It looks more American than ever. At the time there was a big rift between Ford North America and Ford Europe, but now it seems to me that this rift is starting to close. Now the reason I say this is because lately Ford has been implementing some very American style to their cars, like this badge at the front. Look at it. Gone are the pretentious Aston Martin grills and say hello to the real Ford grill. This Ford Focus costs 27,000 euros. Is it good value for money or not? We're gonna find out in a moment everyone. Let's get on with the review right now. There are a number of advantages you need to know about this particular Ford Focus. This Ford Focus is the ST line, therefore more sporty than other trims, and this equally means you get those nice 5-spoke alloys guys. Looks quite interesting and it pairs very well with the Ford theme. Parking sensors at the front and at the rear, and you do get rear view parking cameras. Whenever you open the door, look what happens. This pops out guys. This is to protect the door whenever it makes contact with the wall or something guys. One, it's not all pink roses. There are a number of problems we're going to address right now. No keyless entry guys. No front parking cameras. Fake vents over here. There's no air vent at all. And this entire area has no purpose whatsoever. There is a little air intake right there, but this doesn't explain what's the purpose of the rest of this area. Now the interior of the Ford Focus everyone. Alright, so let's just focus. Focus on the interior. Now steering adjustment is there. You can pull the steering wheel out, you can push it in, you can move it up and down. It's decent. Now, the gear stick is quite interesting because the Ford has had this sort of theme for quite a long time. In fact, I vividly remember Ford Transits of the 2000s. They also had this sort of gear stick. And now as for the rest of the interior, it's all... it's not very modern or touch screens as that of the Volkswagen Group or as that of Stellantis. Now it should be noted that Ford has gone a bit simple with this interior in the context that there isn't many physical buttons. Most of the controls have been shifted to the touch screen. So over here there's practically nothing going on, no buttons, just basic control buttons. Now the seats of the Ford Focus ST line guys, it's good. Sport seats guys, and I like the red stitching you get on it, and the seat is fabrics. It does preserve the value of the Ford Focus in long terms. So layout of the interior everyone, massive touchscreen. So earlier the start stop button used to be here, but now Ford has shifted it down there. Was this a necessary change? You all be the judge, but I think it's okay. For electric windows guys and your mirror controls. Now I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like Ford invests the most details for their window controls. Like they really do give a lot of good details. I like this because not many car manufacturers do that. The door is quite pleasant, like you get a touch of squidgy plastic and the fabric right here. The handle has to be one of the best I've seen, really good. You get this fake looking carbon fiber, which is not really necessary, but then hey, why not? Now, just like other German competitors, Ford loves putting their lighting controls right there. So as I was saying earlier, everyone, Ford has maintained simplicity. Practically not much going on over here. It's all on the screen. Now, speaking of practicality, let's dive in. You get a 12-volt socket right there, 2 USB points, and then also you get this wireless recharge for your telephone, and cup holders that are adjustable. Check this out. Over here is your glove box guys. It's average for its price and segment. This is your center console storage everyone. Now you have the top section and then you have the deeper section guys. Now it isn't very spacious, but there was nothing really much to expect for its price and segment. Over here is your door bin everyone. Now the door bin doesn't look like much from outside, but then it is quite deep. It is quite deep guys. Now whether it can fit a big water bottle or not, that can be a mystery, but it certainly can fit a small water bottle. and I like the material it's lined with, by the way. Whilst exploring this interior, it was interesting, guys, but then there are some problems we're going to have to address, guys. First of all, Ford has a reputation in the mass market for driving pleasure. Ford is basically like the BMW of the mass market, yet it suffers the same problem as BMW. I don't know what is it about those two, but they love giving massive steering wheels when it comes to sport trims. So whenever BMW gets an M pack, they give those massive steering wheels, and so does Ford. So look at this, guys. It's as thick as a mountain bike tire. On the bright side, the steering wheel is also very busy, like no empty spaces or anything. Everything is in use, and the presentation is also really good. Like, this is something I would not expect on a C-segment mass market car, but well done, Ford. Another questionable aspect I've noticed, guys, is that there is no storage space for your glasses up here. What do you do on a sunny day? No digital instrument cluster, everyone. You still have good old school instrument clusters. Another problem worth mentioning about the interior of this Ford Focus is something a bit debatable. Practicality solutions, guys. Now, when it comes to practicality, Ford has never really been the best car manufacturer. Other competitors beat Ford in many regards. Like, for example, when it comes to glove boxes, Stellantis competitors like the Peugeot 308, they offer massive glove boxes. Whereas Volkswagen Group competitors like the Volkswagen Golf and the Skoda Scala, they offer countless amounts of practicality solutions. And this leaves Ford in the zone which is behind those guys. Now it is time to explore the rear seats of the Ford Focus, but before doing so, there is just one thing I have to remark. Now this is a problem which other C-segment cars do suffer from, but it's become very conspicuous with Ford in particular, guys. Look at this. So when I open the door, this edge of the door sticks out very, very proudly, so I have to back away each time I open the door. So, you know, it's like I always have this thought that this is going to hit me any moment. And it's unnecessarily long, guys. But on the advantageous side, it does improve ease of entrance. The ease of entry is unquestionable, guys. Oh, and there's a handle right here. Now, speaking of handles, all 4 seats do get handles, guys. All 4 doors. How pleasant is that? Not many car manufacturers actually offer this. Now, leg room, excellent. Knee room, excellent. Headroom, excellent. Although you should bear in mind that this Ford Focus has a rather coupe style to it. So the further rear you go, the more it declines. Oh, rear seat of the Ford Focus, everyone. So nice rear seat pockets. It's a net. It's very durable, very flexible, guys. Nothing much going on over here, but that's typical for a C segment. Although for a price of 27,000 euros, it can be perceived as questionable. You do get a 12-volt socket down there, though. Rear door bin, guys. Nice presentation. I like the material it's lined with. Whoever designed this door bin really cared. Guys, it's not all pink roses. There's just one problem I want to point out, and this is something I've noticed with the previous Ford models. This seat belt right here, guys, it's quite proud. So if the driver's seat or the front passenger seat has an adjustment a bit further, your feet will be able to make contact with that seat belt, and this will annoy the front passenger or the front driver. It is time to check out the boot space, guys. The boot space of the Ford Focus. Now, when it comes to the boot space, the Ford Focus has not really been the best in the C segment, but it seems like this particular Ford Focus has seen reasonable improvement. There was a time Ford had a big problem with the boot space, but now they really did a good job, guys. Look at this. Good amount of space. Decent, average for a C segment, and you get handles right above to pull the door down easily, guys. No need for electric doors. You get this. My conclusion of the Ford Focus, everyone. The Ford Focus has become more American than ever. Thank goodness Ford got rid of that pretentious Aston Martin style grille. Thank goodness for that. Now Ford has decided to become itself. This is the way to go. However, it's not all pink roses, guys. When it comes to practicality, Ford didn't really change much in this regard. But what is more than just pink roses, and what is actually really beneficial, is that this has to be the most interesting C-segment car to be driving, guys. Fun to drive. Many people find the Ford Focus interesting in terms of driving pleasure, guys. Now, in terms of quality and long-term reliability, it's something we can only judge after 3 years. Give it minimum 3 years, see how it goes with your Ford Focus. Now the big question, guys, for a price of 27,000 euros, is this Ford Focus good value for money or not? You know what, guys? I think this Ford Focus is good value for money. I'm not about to say great, I'm just going to say good. Say good is because it's got the driving pleasure, it's got the strong Ford identity, the style, the design, and also it's got a unique appeal, and this is a very interesting alternative to the Volkswagen Golf, guys, and to other competitors in the C segment as well. Now, if you're looking for reliability, this may not be the smartest thing to afford, but if you're looking for driving pleasure, this is the car for you. No modifications, no tuning. Get behind the steering wheel of this Ford Focus, and next thing you know, you are having the best time of your life driving it. It's fun to drive. This is the thing about Ford. They're like go-karts, guys. But then there were some problems I have to address. The problem is missing equipment, practicality that was not very good, guys. The front seat practicality and the driver's seat practicality, it was not good at all. The back seat was ironically more interesting. Like the door bin of the back seat was one of the best I've ever seen for a C segment. The boot space, massive improvement. I'm really happy for Ford. So it seems like the front, not good. The middle, better. The back, best. So you want my humble opinion of this Ford Focus? Oh my goodness. I love this Ford Focus, guys. This Ford Focus has to be one of the most interesting C segment cars currently available in the automotive industry. It is true that in regards to practicality, there can be some more improvements. Ford has gone rather modern with this Ford Focus. They went all touchscreen, so it's like most of the controls were on the touchscreen. Quite nice, guys, but nothing pretentious. Ford admits that they are competing in the mass market. They're not doing what Stellantis just did, basically introducing sharp edges everywhere and, you know, just piano black everywhere. No, come on. They're pretending to be in the premium segment when they're not. Ford is humble about it. That's why Ford is respectable. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos that are on the run, everyone. And I have a question to ask all of you. Do you all like the Ford Focus, or the Volkswagen Golf, or the Toyota Corolla, or the Opel Astra, also known as the Vauxhall Astra? Let me know in the comment what you all think of these C segment cars I've just mentioned.